Hey everybody, I'm mL7 and we're back again, this time with a PLAT KIRIKO VOD from a new Overwatch player. Key moment number 1. I divided with the monkey but we got separated and I didn't use my TP to go to with my monkey and I tried to go with my Ana but I died. Could I have done something to avoid that? Also I think maybe fighting a bit with Junker Queen wasn't the best idea. Okay, so this is PLAT 3. Divided. Divide and conquer. Let's up in game. Okay, so we're gonna game right now. It is Spike, right? Yes, Spike at 155. Let's play the fight first. One HP, not even close. Not even close. Okay, still surviving. And then ditch. Alright, so. Not too shabby, not too shabby. You know, I like, whenever I watch new Overwatch players playing, you can see that they pour in their souls into the game. And it feels like they're like, oh, so engaged into what's happening. Meanwhile, if you watch like Overwatch players that have been playing for like 4 or 5 years, they're like, fine, there's an Ana in front of me. So I love the fact that you're super excited when playing and don't give up on this energy because you're playing like with a lot of energy. Now, let's go in step by step. You staying with Winston is the right call, trying to follow up on the dives that he's trying to execute, but there are 2 big things that are happening in this team fight, okay? Number 1 big thing is, whenever you play Kiriko, I would recommend doing 2 kunai, maybe 3 into the same person and then healing. Do not allow yourself to do more than that because the buff from 12 to 15 kunai doesn't mean that you're gonna land more kunai. It probably means that you're gonna miss more. Even if you land the shots and stuff, it is unreliable. Your strength comes from your ultimate, your Suzu, your TP. Yes, you have headshot potential. But don't forget that you should support, you should turn around and like heal your team up a little bit after doing some damage. So, let's see from this fight, from the beginning. I'm gonna mute alerts. You're trying to climb here, you're not TPing in. This is perfect. I love that you do this, by the way. I love that you do this. But a little bit before the fight, when the fight opens, when you're fighting from here, you realize that I have a Hanzo that can poke you. Try to spam. Nice. I like it. No need to Suzu, no need to TP. Whoa. Before the fight. Big cooldowns. So, as you're new to the game, I'm gonna give a very basic rundown of this concept because this is what's gonna help you win more games faster. Overwatch is a game in which you have guns, okay? You shoot with them and you have abilities. And usually, the team that has more abilities available before the fight starts is the team that wins the team fight, usually. So what this means is that if you can force the enemies to use more cooldowns before the fight starts, you'll usually win. I need to learn more words. In this case, you having your TP up, your Suzu, your TP up in your Suzu, and starting the fight with full ammo are like the 3 things that you have to look out for. Now, you getting naded here, seeing Winston being low HP, being antied, you being antied, you probably panicked a little bit and wanted to cleanse the anti-nade effect. But whenever they throw abilities at you, think if they can follow up or not. In this case, after 15 seconds into the game, when the game starts, you can see the enemy team comp. So, if they throw an aggressive nade at you, think about who can follow up on that nade. Can Mercy do anything? No. Will Torbjorn and Hanzo dive you? No. But if Junker Queen rushes you with her axe, then that's when you want to use Suzu. If Ana just throws the nade at you, then she just throws the nade. That's it. Like, congratulations. And then she's going to go on Reddit or on YouTube or on TikTok and be like, team no follow up on my nade. I am hard stuck in plat. I don't know what to do. I am a god, but my teammates are trash. Literally. Like, yeah, congratulations. You landed the nade and stuff, but that doesn't mean that you're going to climb. Same for you. You landed the Suzu after she threw the nade, but there was no value to get out of it. If they would have played with Tracer, with Genji, with Winston, or with Junker Queen being in range, then of course use the Suzu. So, have cooldowns available when you go in. I like the fact that you don't TP in and that you climb. Use the mobility. You climb, me likey. Widow dies, not on you. Turn around, good target selection, shooting the Mercy there instead of the Hanzo. You see the Queen? 2 kunai. 3 kunai. 4 kunai onto the Hanzo. You're 4 versus 4 right now. And you gotta get into the Kiridam. Perfect. A little bit perfect there. Into the Kiridam. What I mean is this. For every bit of heal that you do, you throw a kunai. A bit of heal, a kunai. A bit of heal, a kunai. Watch my video called the Kiriko rolls. There's like a timestamp in the middle of the video that explains the Kiridam. And I explain in detail how you can do it more accurately. But this is what every Kiriko does in higher ratings. Is the following. They heal. And they throw the kunai. Because they have enough time to throw 1 kunai until the Yofura charges up. Even if Winston doesn't take damage when you heal him in this case. He is in front of people that are going to do damage to him. And the damage will come in. The healing from Kiriko is not instant. It takes time to travel. So with Kiriko you have to, even if your teammates are full HP, anticipate what's going to happen. Okay? Anticipate and predict who's going to take damage. Your target selection is good, like you're on point. I see that you're a gamer, you know? But that's it. That's it. Do some damage there. Okay, you want to do a little bit more. People are full HP. But look how much was forced. 1 HP, a little bit too risky. Okay? A little bit too risky. Sometimes I do this as well. This isn't that bad, by the way. But you want to play your life a little bit more. You Suzu yourself, you get in cover. I love this. The fact that after you TP, you get in cover is insane. Okay? Like this is, you're the most vulnerable with Kiriko after you TP. So this is really good. You still spam. But see too much for kunai. You're out of range. You're really low HP. Then you TP here. And this is where the whole plan disconnects. The fight is won guy now, by the way. Torbjorn died. Somebody died earlier. Mercy died. But this is where it disconnects. You TP. And what's the mistake that you do in this case? The one that you didn't do previously. Is the fact that you do not take cover. So you TP. Look at your HP. You do not need to get healed up by Ana. You can wait for the support passive to kick in. So don't expect heals from your other support. This is what I feel like it's a very big skill to understand right now whenever you play support and you want to climb. Back in Overwatch 1, if you were low HP, you had to wait for the other support to heal you. In Overwatch 2, I feel like 90% of the cases, it is better to hide around the wall or play in areas where the enemies can't hit you, like a distance from where they can't get to you, to let your passive kick in. The passive that regenerates your HP if you're out of combat. Because if Ana heals you, then she's not healing your teammates. And you will get healed by yourself, right? Because of the passive. So the second you like TP in here and you're low HP, find cover. This is, you see this wall? You know what this wall is? You know what this wall is? Or you walk backwards. Or even you can stay in Widow's Ass. No. You can get in cover, okay? Because right now you're in the open. Whenever you TP, this is what should go in your brain. So wait, so you TP and it's like this. Where am I? Is that a cat? Is that a lion? Cover! So that's what you have to think. Literally. You TP, it's like you start a movie, right? You drop in, you spawn somewhere randomly. I have to run. I have to get cover. That's what you have to do. You TP'd, you're low HP, cover. No heal, no damage, yourself, your life, you survive. You find shelter first. Because what happens if night falls? Wait, that's reality. Okay. Because right now, you want to heal up Diana on the side, but... And now let's see what happened in the battlefield if you would have not died. So the fight is happening. It's gonna be this fight. 155. Let's see. Because this might help you, because I see that you pay attention to a lot of things, okay? And this is a concept that I would like every player to know, but I feel like in Masters and higher up, it's where this skill gets understood a little bit better, is about when enemies die and when they respawn. And I feel like you're a player that can keep track of a lot of things at the same time, right? Even though you're plat. So right now Widow died, but the spawn is close, so she can join the fight faster. Hanzo dies, but his spawn is over there, so he's gonna join the fight later than Widow. It's a 4 versus 4. Fight is still happening, blah, 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 blah. You still live, okay, fine, whatever. Keep in mind that Widow died, but she's gonna respawn. Hanzo died, but he's gonna respawn. You can press tab to see the respawn timers. And now Torbjorn dies. What does this mean to you? This means that both of the DPSs died, and the only heroes alive are Junker Queen and 2 supports. Junker Queen and 2 supports, that's it. You know what this is for me? I did my job. You know what you have to think about it? You know how you have to think? It's like you have an 8-hour day to do a project for $1 million. And you finish that project in 2 hours. And you can, no matter what you do in the other 6 hours, it doesn't matter. You're just wasting time. So just enjoy yourself. I mean, as in relaxing. I mean, you know what I mean? Just take it easy. You did your job. That's it. Both DPS is dead. What you have to do right now is you don't have to shoot enemies. You have to stay alive. And you have to heal your team in this case. That's all you gotta do. Both DPSs are dead. Look at this. Just look at this. Boom, TP back. Imagine you live. You live. You live. You live. You live. Mercy dead. And then takes Queen into like what? 5 of your teammates? And unknown point after. Point captured. Point captured. So, again, 3 things. Number 1, get into the Kiridom when you're playing Kiriko. 4 things, okay? Big 4 things. Number 1, try to force cooldowns from the enemies and then usually go in. Or, for you, do not use your cooldowns before the fight starts. Try as much as possible to start the team fight, as in when multiple heroes are like shooting each other and stuff, once the fight starts, okay? Do not use the cooldowns before. If you watch my stream, you will see that usually in high rank games, it's like this. Orisa used the cooldown, we go. They use that cooldown, we go. Same thing here. Keep your Suzu. Secondly, get into the Kiridom. Throw 2 or 3 kunai maximum and then heal, or 1 kunai and heal. Psh, phew, psh, phew, psh, phew. It's like you're rapping, dude. It's like, bum, bum. That's how it is. That's cringe. Shut up. I watch too much TikTok. Okay, thirdly, after you TP in, primary thing you should do is get into cover. Run, climb walls, get to a health pack, go close, whatever, blah. Run, escape, survive. 4th thing out of this team fight is relax. You did your job. Because sometimes if you want to do more, like in this case, you want to help Ana. Here you go. You wanted to help Ana here, right? Okay, let's say you can't help Ana because you value your life. What happens then? Ana dies. 1, 2, 3, you're alive. Winston's alive. And then it's what? 4 versus 1? And then Junker Queen dies. Ana's on point. And then Junker Queen has to come back from spawn. Meanwhile, Yorana comes from here. Junker Queen is melee. Ana is ranged. So the fight will be in your advantage because they're going to be closer to the spawn. Okay. Let's continue because we have one more key moment. This is what I love about like new players to Overwatch. Like you have like one team fight from which you can extract like so many things. It's so nice. 5:17 to 5:30. I was looking for Diana kill. Okay, I want to see if you did 2 or 3 kunai maximum and then got the hell away from there. Because I thought that she was a present. She was a present, but I couldn't finish with her before her team appeared and your team died. Okay, was it a good decision to try and kill her, or was it better to regroup with my tank or heal my teammates? Okay, I want to see this because you might be distracted by a lot of high-ranked players that tunnel vision onto a single hero with Kiriko to try to get the kill. When they do that, it's because if they play in the neutral fight, like 5 versus 5, they know they're gonna lose because they don't have ult advantage. So they have to force a kill. They have to force at least a numerical advantage, or their team is not gonna take that much damage with where they're playing from, or if they're gonna take damage, they can get healed up by the other support. So that's the best option that they have. But that's a little bit too more advanced. Okay, too advanced right now. So let's get into the basics. You know what I'm checking at this team fight? I'm checking at how much time you have, ultimates, and the scoreboard. What happened here? Genji died. Genji's dead. In my mind right now, you have the advantage. It's what, 5:17? Then somebody from your team died. Let me see bird's eye view. Yes, Winston died. Okay, so 4 versus 4. And their spawn is close. Okay, 4 versus 4. Let's watch this. Let's see you spike. Play from here. Now you know what I call this? Do you usually play DPS? This is the DPS playing support. And then they go like, oh my god, but look at this, like, support is so broken. Support shouldn't be able to do so much damage. Nerf Suzu! Hear me out. Your primary reason, your primary purpose, and I will want to be clipped on this, okay, is not to do damage. As a support, you shouldn't do damage as a support primarily. You shouldn't do healing either. You know what you should be doing primarily? Supporting your team. This means in any way, shape, or form possible. Forcing cooldowns, healing, damage, making the enemies look at you instead of at your teammates, using your ultimates, baiting the enemies with your positioning and stuff. It can take so many shapes and forms. You know why? Because if they kill the support, then their team will not have heal. Okay? So if they kill you and you're the only support that can heal up your team, then your team will lose the long fight. Why? Because one team has healing and they go like... Meanwhile, the other team is here. They cannot regen. They stay here and then they're going to be dead if the fight keeps on going on for longer. Speaking of which, a bit more advanced, but here's a quick trick for everybody. If you're down your supports or your main healing support, then take the fight fast, because the longer the fight goes, the less heal you have, and the more heal the enemies have. So, yeah, this is why everybody hates one-shots right now, because that disadvantage can just be fixed by just headshot, and then that's it. Anyway, let's continue with this play. So, I think it is quite obvious in this case. 2 or 3 kunai, and then get the hell away. Get away. Get away. That's it. You did your job. You know what you did here? You forced the nade. Let's watch again. You chill. 4 versus 5. You know what you can do if you want to really pull the trigger? Use your ultimate. If you really want to do it, use your ultimate. It would be a risky ultimate, but you can kill Diana that's out of position. And by the way, her being out of position here, oh my god. Oh my god. You sleep dart? You throw the kunai? Force the nade? 2 more kunai. That's it. 2 more. 1 more. 1 more. 1 more maybe. 1 more and then I'm gonna look back. That's it. No. No. Nope. 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 Because it's a little bit too much. It takes a bit too much time. Because here's what's happening in the back with Junker Queen. Now let's watch the fight from this perspective. So Ana is in a bad position. And now let's play the fight. What happens if right now you go in the back and you TP to Junkrat? You go in the back, Ana's probably tucked in the side. On the side, you can help Diana a little bit, you can help the Junkrat, you can Suzu, and maybe you can melt Junker Queen. You can melt the Junker Queen. He was a little bit too aggressive. I don't know if you had Suzu. You had Suzu, right? Yeah, you had Suzu. You could have Suzu'd, you could have thrown the ultimate, you could have turned it around. It's hard. Of course, it's one of those decisions that you have to watch in replay and debate if it was wrong or not, okay? Because in-game, it's one of those cases in which, yeah, obviously, streamer, you can see what happened afterwards. Like, this isn't helping me at all. Because, obviously, you can go and spectate and go like, yeah, you should have played from here, Well, I know it's in spectate, okay? I know that we know what happened. Saying the following. If you do what I recommended, you will not be placed in these situations. Because, obviously, what should have happened perfectly was the following. Double headshot Diana, TP to your team, ult on the Junker Queen, Suzu when the burst damage is gonna come in, over. But that's unachievable every time. You have to have the habit. You have to have the habit. It's like this. So, how can I explain this? Okay, so this is DPS. Okay? This is DPS. So, hello, I am DPS. These are enemies. Enemies there. Enemies there. That is where my attention is. This is tank. Okay. There are enemies there. And cover here. And then I can take space here. And then space here. You know what support is? Support is, there are enemies there. My allies are over there. I need cover here. Did they use cooldowns? What is happening? I'm shooting the enemies in front, but then my team is gonna die in the back. What is happening? So, you see, it's you have to look all over the place. All over the place. Support is where I feel like if you multitask a lot, you're gonna thrive. If you focused on only one thing, have insane aim, then you're gonna get better value out of playing DPS. I'm not saying that you should play DPS, okay? Don't hear me wrong, okay? Because if you watch my video with Kiriko, my first videos with Kiriko, this is how I played. I was like, kunai, 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 kunai. I thought I was like so sick, but then I was actually woken up to reality because I wasn't hearing any hit markers. And then I realized, I have time to do 2, maybe 3 kunai, and then turn around back to my team and look at them. This doesn't mean that I'm not tunnel visioning sometimes. Everybody does it. And even in pro play it happens. Even in the Overwatch League finals it happens. Everywhere it happens, dude. You cannot play perfectly. You know what you can do? Minimize the chances of mistakes. And getting into the habit of throwing 2 or 3 kunai, getting some damage in, forcing a cooldown, and understanding that maybe that's enough, you're okay. Because you know what your team expects of you? In this case, your team doesn't expect you to get picks. Your team expects you, unfortunately, to get healed. Okay, that's what your team wants. Your team wants heals. If you do anything more than heals, then they're gonna be like, no, you can't win your 1 versus 1s because you're bad and they're better than you. That's why you can't win your 1 versus 1s. It's not you're bad that your supports feel the pressure to keep up for cover for your mistakes. Because if you'd have killed them before the support was forced to do that, then maybe the support wasn't forced to do that in the first place. Okay, I'm done. Now. Okay, now. So, again, to summarize this team fight. 2 or 3 kunai, get back to your team. If you force a cooldown, if you get a headshot, that's enough. If you want to train your game and land these headshots and be a hyper-aggressive Kiriko and stuff, go ahead, do it. You can do this, by the way. You can do this. This is literally like, yeah, just aim better, bro. I could have been like, yeah, so you know what you have to do, dude? You have to aim train for 5 hours a day, climb on top of a temple, meditate before you decide to play Overwatch, and then just land every shot possible. Yeah, you just do that and that's it. Vote review over. No. Of course you can aim train and do this. Of course. But, again, 2 or 3 kunai, TP back to your team with the same principles as before. Save your abilities as much as you can. Force the enemy abilities as much as you can. Get in cover once you TP in. Keep an eye out for everybody. Okay. Anything else that you're saying? You're going to group with Winston, Ana, and Junkrat. Ooh. Okay, okay. Okay, let's see this. I want to see Suzu usage here. Because I'm going to give you a fast trick with Winston. Okay, fast trick with Winston. It's not this fight, it's the next fight. And again, don't feel bad about tunnel visioning so much on damage deck. Everybody that started playing Kiriko did it. Everybody. Okay, quick trick. So, here's what can happen. When you're doing with a Winston, and in this case you have a Junkrat too that can help you out, you can do the following. Winston dives in. After Winston bubble gets destroyed, use the Suzu for him, so he can stay a little bit more involved. I want to see if this is what he do. No reason to TP. He's kind of full HP. Nice and slow. He goes in. Look, this is exactly what I was talking about. Wait for the bubble to break, and then you can Suzu. Or in this case, because Junker Queen has ultimate, you can wait for her to ult, and then use Suzu. But try as much as possible to not use Suzu inside the bubble. hotfix are happening. By the way, the ult usage was good. Now you have Suzu again. And now same thing. Good, you're getting into cover. You're getting into cover. But let's watch the team fight again. So, and this is gonna be the final part of it. Start with cooldowns. Suzu a little bit too ugly, as I said, because he was still in the bubble and there was nobody shooting him other than Junker Queen. Plus, he has Primal Rage, okay? I don't know if you're gonna play with Winston a little bit more or not with your friend, but if he has Primal, don't be forced to keep him, don't feel pressure to fill him up all the time. Also, Kitsune disappeared because I think it hit this wall, so this was kind of unlucky. This was kind of unlucky. So, what I would recommend in this case is don't play that close to the enemy team. Try to shoot, heal them up, and then take a long angle and spam them from over here. He does whatever, Ana dies, and now let's see what happens. You have a Tracer, you have Reaper, and you have a Junker Queen. Okay? I want to see your attention. You turn around to help up Widow. That's perfect. Perfect to help up the Widow there. You throw the Suzu, and now you can always turn back and protect your team here in the back. Either go to the Junkrat, either go to the Widow, and stay here. Why? Because Winston over here is getting primaled. He shouldn't die with 1000 HP against what they have. If he dies, it's on him. UTP in here, what does it do is, yes, it's a good TP, but your team is kiting back and they're taking damage again. Like you see, Tracer's on Junkrat. Imagine if you TP'd to the Junkrat here. Or is gonna go on Widow after. So take a little bit more care of your team. And speaking of, I'm gonna go in VOD review, in Olaf review in a second, but I want to show you a cool trick that I feel like you can do very easily. So
I'll find my own
let's say your Winston's here, and you know your teammates are in the back. Okay. Let's say you know that your teammates are somewhere over there on high ground, and your Winston's here. Well, when you spam, like if he's on the right side, if you hold shift, so right now I'm holding shift, okay? I'm holding shift. And you look around, you'll TP at the first target that your teleport connects to. If your Winston's on the right side, you can flick to the left side. So yes, you can heal him, right? You can heal him, you can do whatever and stuff, but then you want the fast escape. Right now, you can press shift, and then it will connect to that target over there. So don't like turn around. So you're shooting, because this is where I feel like a lot of Kirikos fail. Like they do this. You know, hold shift. It goes instantly right now. Also, if you get Junker Queen ulted or other stuff like that, you can just cleanse it with your cleanse, with your TP. They hotfix that exactly. Now, let's go into Olaf review for a bit, because I think that I explained the majority of points pretty concisely in the video, in the review. Please work, please work. Hello? This is my face right now. I'm upsetty spaghetti. Okay. Let's go in the VOD. What to work on to improve fast. Okay, I think you have a bunch of potential. You should do some aim training here and there, but your aim is pretty okay. Positioning-wise, it's good overall. Cooldown usage can be improved a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna put it... you know what? Let's just put this at... you know what? Let's put it at 20. Let's put this at 15. Let's put this at 45. Okay. So we're at 35. And let's put this at... Okay, perfect. So, I think that your positioning is okay-ish overall. Of course, you can play longer angles to spam and stuff, but recently I'm seeing a lot of Kirikos get a ton of value in ranked because of their hyper activity, getting close up to the enemies and going for the kills. And if you have the energy to do that every time, then playing long range and spamming might not be the Kiriko style for you. So going in a more assassin ninja Kiriko style can work. So this is why I'm not talking that much about didn't talk that much about your positioning, because I liked it. About your aim, obviously spending a couple of minutes or hours in any aim training game or in workshop modes that I have on my exclamation mark code to get them in Twitch chat will improve your aim so you can land more headshots. But yeah, that's on you. Decision making, though. Decision making. You need to have some fixed patterns, some fixed decisions that you respect every time, and then you can do whatever you want. I'll go into them in a second. And about your cooldown management, this is the one that's going to win you the most games. You're new to the game, and in Overwatch, cooldowns are the thing that matters, I would say, probably the most. The team that has more cooldowns available before the fight starts is the team that will probably win the team fight. So without further ado, do this. Force enemy cooldowns without using yours. If you can do this, you created a huge advantage. Throw one kunai and then heal, or go 3 kunai max, then heal. Okay? I'm not gonna add commas or anything. I hope I explained that. After you TP, find cover. Care about your life a ton. And other than that, be more relaxed with your Suzu usage. If Ana throws a big nade at you and the enemies don't have heroes to follow up, then that doesn't mean that bad things are going to happen to your teammates. If Winston's in his bubble and he's 3/4 of his HP and only one target is shooting him, that doesn't mean he's going to get exploded. So save Suzu. And number 6, a super important one, you can force enemy cooldowns with your TP. Kiriko has this massive advantage compared to any other hero in the game, I would say, because her TP is on a pretty short cooldown and it cleanses the negative effects that your character gets if you get hit by abilities that do that have that effect. So if you're anti, you can cleanse it. If you're, I don't know, you can dodge the hook before it lands. You can dodge the sleep dive before it lands. So forcing cooldowns and then TPing to your team is super important. I hope that you can learn from this, and please let us know in the comments after some weeks if you climbed or not. New to Overwatch and you are already plat, you have a bright future ahead of you, so good luck with the climb.